that includes the fifth condition put forth by you on the, as recorded.
Perfect.
Yes.
And staff has,
So I have to agree to that?
Yes, if you
Technically.
could.
I agree to it.
Okay, perfect. And then Kendra will finalize that language, but generally, it's approval of this until October 1st, 2022, and if additional length of stockpiles is needed, we'd ask for review, something like that, Kendra?
Yeah, I wrote down the 4 stockpiles are approved through October 1st, 2022. If the 4 stockpiles are required to remain beyond that date, the applicant must apply for an extension and present the request to the council prior to that date.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That captures
Perfect.
the intent?
Chairman?
Would the two of you be open to a friendly amendment to include the green flagged stockpile in the distribution of the dirt?
That was the previously approved pile, right?
Right.
From the,
The initial one.
To do what with
I
it?
would-
We would ask that they put all of the dirt that they can there first and then parcel it out.
personally, that pile's not, it's not in compliance, so I would only like to address the things that aren't in compliance.
I don't know how we would, I agree with the concept. I don't know how we would use and met, if Kevin said saying they can't add more, I'm still stuck on, then we have to use Kevin's judgment to determine whether or not they can add more, right?
You're asking the city to change the previous approved.
Not necessarily. I'm saying they've got, X thousands of cubic yards of material.
Yeah.
We should require that they distribute that excess material first to the approved stockpile.
To
and
the
not make
appropriate size.
And not make the southerly ones larger because they don't want to move that dirt to put where we've already said it should go first.
Well, I guess I would have to say that these aren't written, I guess, that's one thing we didn't consider. We considered the height of these piles, but not not the footprint of these piles, these 4.
Isn't there a ratio on there, 2 to 1?
Thought there was.
Where did you see that? For height to size or what?
Yeah, I think so.
Kevin, do you have?
Mayor, may I try to help answer that or
Please do.
clarify that? I think the height requirement and the actual footprint on the plans is enough for us to, again, exercise the engineering judgment. If we have to taper in temporary stockpiles are 2 to 1, and erosion's got to get established. So I think that footprint and the height really then creates the constraints for what that stockpile could be, if that makes sense. So I think we have enough information to make those engineering judgments in the field. So I don't think we have to specify square footage at the base, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So-
personally, I'd like to just stick with where they're in the violation, to be honest with you. Because that's what they're asking for, is for a change for that.
I
I
agree.
I agree with what you're saying. I don't know how educated we could be as far, I'm not in disagreement, but since we don't have the metrics and all that stuff, I would just like to start with new metrics rather than to try to figure out if they can put more there. Only because we don't have data to say they for sure could put, 40,000 square yards there. I don't know. So, and it sounds like Kevin's saying they can't for whatever reason.
I think getting that northern one being the biggest and pushing it off Hackmore will make a big difference. My gut feeling. It's not ideal, but I think it's a lot better. My feeling on it. So, do we have a motion and a second?
We do.
On that? Is there anything else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
All right. Perfect. I am going to actually propose we take a 5-minute recess here. Be back at 12, or 9:13,
9:13?
somewhere around there.
Recording stopped.
If you want to amend it, we can vote on your amendment.